Green Lantern New Guardians #1, written by Tony Bedard, art by Tyler Kirkham. This is the Kyle Rayner book. So Green Lantern itself is Hal Jordan. Green Lantern Corps is everyone else. And this is the Kyle Rayner book. Also one that may be dealing with the Corps a bit more. But at least issue 1 is definitely Kyle Rayner focused because issue 1 opens up with his literal origin story, how he became Green Lantern. They kind of pick up in the middle where everyone's dead, but if continuity is still intact, this is because Hal Jordan turned evil as Parallax for a while. So all the Guardians are dead except for one named Ganthet. He swears on his brothers and sisters that their sacrifice will not be in vain. He makes a new power ring and will give it to someone who can defend the universe. So where does he go? His favorite place on Earth, New York City, where Kyle Rayner is at a bar. He's a broke artist. He's lost his cartooning jobs recently, so he can't even afford like a tip for these drinks. He gets up, goes to the bathroom, sees that the line is out the door, so he goes out the door, and he plans on taking a leak in the street. Our hero, everybody. When Ganthet shows up, and he's like, "Kyle Rayner, you have been chosen." And Kyle's like, "Oh, wow, there's a blue floating man. That's like the 4th weirdest thing I've seen in New York." So then the ring puts itself on his finger. He transforms into a Green Lantern. And Ganthet starts explaining everything to him. He's like, "Look, we're basically policemen. You don't have a gun. You have a ring. You can use it to make stuff like this." And then Kyle's like, "Oh, you mean like this?" And he makes a cartoon version of Ganthet. And he's like, "Wow, okay, yeah, you're pretty talented. I did a good job choosing you." And that's it. That's his entire origin story. That's all you get. So Kyle's a nice guy, super good at what he does, and he's an artist, and he's broke. So cut to now. There's some people from the Kund Empire, which are being terrorized by Yellow Lantern, and he's about to kill them all, and then his ring flies off his finger. He says he's decommissioned, and that there's a replacement that he's going to in Sector 2814, which, as we saw on the previous page, is where Earth is, but I don't want to jump the gun on that. So then the Yellow Lantern is powerless. The Coons come up and they totally kill him. Cut to a Red Lantern who's breathing fire upon this war planet when his ring pops off of his finger, and then he dies because Red Lanterns, if they lose their ring, they die. It's just how it is. Cut to a Star Sapphire, aka the Violet? No. Pink? Violet? The Love Corps. She's trying to defend this family from being attacked by pirates. Her ring flies off her finger. She starts choking in space when another Star Sapphire shows up and is like, "Hey, who did this to you?" And she's like, "The ring just came off my finger. I have no idea." But it's going to Earth. Then cut to Earth, Times Square. This construction guy, he's like, "Hey, Green Lantern just flew right by my truck. How cool is that? Uh-oh." And he starts falling off this building. Green Lantern, of course, makes some constructs of these big, bulky construction-looking guys to hold up the crane from falling on people. And he's like, "Oh, thanks, Green Lantern. You really saved my bacon there." And then this kid comes up to Kyle Rayner and he's like, "Who are you?" And Kyle's like, "I'm the Green Lantern." And he's like, "No, you're not. Green Lantern has brown hair." And he's like, "There's a lot of Green Lanterns." He's like, "Why is your mask so stupid?" He literally is just criticizing his outfit constantly. And Kyle's like, "No, I get that a lot. It happens." And then all of a sudden a blue ring shows up and says, "Kyle Rayner of Earth, you have been chosen." I like this line here. "Geez, you want to announce my social security number while you're at it? Freaking have a secret identity here." Then a red ring shows up, says he's been chosen. And then all the rings show up and say that he's been chosen. And then right at the same time, different Lantern members show up. The Star Sapphire shows up. The Yellow Lantern Arkillo shows up. Bleeze from the Red Corps shows up. An Indigo Tribe person shows up. And they're all like, "Give back what you've stolen right now, Kyle, or we're going to get you." And Kyle's like, "Ah, beans." And it ends with him about to be attacked by everybody. I like it. It's a good setup so far. It does require a bit of prior knowledge to like the Green Lantern mythos. Like they don't really explain who any of these other cores are. They barely explain Kyle as is. So yeah, no, they're, and especially none of these members. Like, if you didn't know any better, you'd be like, who are these people the only one of their cores? Is it like, and especially if we didn't ever see a ring leaving an Indigo Tribe member, so you're like, who is this person at all? Period. Like, he's not exactly a well-known member. So no, it's good. I really do like it. I like the way they write Kyle. It's solid art throughout. I don't really have any problems with that. And I do like, if you watch the previous episodes, you know I'm a sucker for a good setup for a mystery. And why a bunch of rings just randomly leave people. Good setup. I'm down with that. Yeah, my only critique is that it's not good as like just a super intro issue. Like if somebody's like, I kind of want to read about a bunch of different cores. Like I like the idea of all the different cores. And then they see this and they're like, oh, that's the book I want. But then they don't actually explain anything about the cores. And you're like, oh, okay, well, where do I learn about the cores? Oh, you have to read 5 years of Jeff Johns. Oh. But no, it's fine as is. I'll knock off just like half a point for the fact that it's not a perfectly good intro for anybody, but you should be able to pick up pretty quickly. I'm assuming that's what the rest of this book is. So I'm going to give it a 7.5. It's good. I like it. I look forward to reading more.